Hi, I'm continuing a sonnet a day inspired by Patrick Stewart's reading of a Shakespearean sonnet a day. And this is a gospel sonnet by Ralph Erskine. This is from chapter 1, section 2, Redemption through Christ. I hope you enjoy. The second Adam, sovereign Lord of all, did by his Father's authorizing call, from bosom of eternal love descend, to save the guilty race that him offend. To treat an everlasting peace with these, who were and ever would have been his foes. His errand, never-ending life to give, to them whose malice would not let him live, to make a match with rebels and espouse the brat which at his love her spite avows. Himself he humbled to depress her pride, and make his mortal foe his loving bride. But ere the marriage can be solemnized, all lets must be removed. All parties pleased, law righteousness required must be procured, law vengeance threatened must be full endured. Stern justice must have credit by the match, sweet mercy by the heart the bride must catch. Poor bankrupt, all her debts must first be paid, her former husband in the grave be laid. Her present lover must be at the cost, to save and ransom to the uttermost. If all these things this suitor can do, then he may win her and her blessing too. Hard terms indeed, while death's the first demand, but love is strong as death, and will not stand. To carry on the suit, and make it good, though at the dearest rate of wounds and blood. The burden's heavy, but the back is broad. The glorious lover is the mighty God. Kind bowels yearning in the eternal Son, he left his Father's court, his heavenly throne. Aside he threw his most divine array, and wrapped his Godhead in a veil of clay. Angelic armies, who in glory crowned, with joyful harps his awful throne surround. Down to the crystal frontier of the sky, to see the Savior born did eager fly, and ever since behold with wonder fresh, their sovereign and our Savior wrapped in flesh, who in this garb did mighty love display, restoring what he never took away. To God his glory, to the law its due, to heaven its honor, to the earth its hue. To man a righteousness divine complete, a royal robe to suit the nuptial rite. He and her favors, whom he loved so well, at once did purchase heaven and vanquish hell. O unexampled love, so vast, so strong, so great, so high, so deep, so broad, so long. Can finite thought this ocean huge explore, unconscious of a bottom or a shore? His love admits no parallel, for why? At one great draught of love he drank hell dry. No drop of wrathful gall he left behind, no dreg to witness that he was unkind. The sword of awful justice pierced his side, that mercy thence might gush upon the bride. The meritorious labors of his life, and glorious conquests of his dying strife, her debt of doing, suffering both cancelled, and broke the bars his lawful captive held. Down to the ground the hellish host he threw, then mounting high the trump of triumph blew, attended with a bright seraphic band, set down enthroned sublimed on God's right hand, where glorious choirs their various harps employ, to sound his praises with confederate joy. There he, the bride's strong intercessor, sits, and thence the blessings of his blood transmits, sprinkling all over the flaming throne of God, pleads for her pardon his atoning blood, sends down his holy co-eternal dove to show the wonders of incarnate love, to woo and win the bride's reluctant heart, and pierce it with his kindly killing dart, by gospel light to manifest that now, she no farther with the law to do, that her new Lord has loosed the federal tie, that once bound her to do or die, that precepts, threats, no single might can crave. Thus for her former spouse he digged a grave. The law fast to his cross did nail and pin, then buried the defunct his tomb within, that he, the lonely widow to himself might win. I'll see you next time.